Today we're going over 10 secret locations that you've probably forgotten about in the last 10 years of GTA Online. And we're starting off with this random cave located on the left side of your map. Now there's not really a story about why this is here. It's literally just a cave, but a few GTA weirdos on Reddit think that this could be the actual location for where Bigfoot stays every single night. Now if you played story mode, that kind of makes sense, but again, this is just a few people making speculations. This is just a cave in a mountain. There's nothing to it. Heading a little bit more down south, we're heading to the airport, the Los Santos International Airport, where you can find a couple of different buildings that you can actually enter and explore. The first building is located right here, and you're gonna have to take a couple flights of stairs to get up to the main door. Now, once you enter the building, you're only allowed to go down this like weird long hallway. You can't enter any of the doors and the rooms inside. And for some reason, there's always a couple people just sitting on the chairs out here. And spotted in the corner, there's actually a couple of different vending machines that you can actually take soda out from. There's still a lot of people that don't even know about this location, so if you're trying to get away from people or hide, this is a good spot to do it. And a lot of people don't even know that there's a hatch on top of the roof, so if you go in through the main door, you're going to be completely hidden from other players. Heading towards the entrance of the airport, there's another hallway that you can enter. This one is even more lame than the first one. All you can really do is go up the stairs, and there's nothing else you can do. It does get you to the roof, but other than that, this one is literally pointless. But again, it's still another location that players might not know about. So again, if you're trying to get away from those griefers, this is another good spot to do so. Next up, we have the abandoned mine shaft, which is located in the hills in between Sandy Shores and Los Santos. Now there is only one way to enter the mine shaft. You have to blow it up with some type of explosive, and it's best if you take out a gun that has a flashlight, or if you already have a handheld flashlight, you can use that as well to get the best experience when exploring. These tunnels are actually pretty long in distance, and you can explore a whole ton of different avenues throughout them. I remember when the game first came out, and I was looking up secret locations in GTA Online, and this was one of the first locations that I went to. I can also remember having a bunch of different death matches inside these in-caved walls. There is a theory that this place is haunted, so if you come during story mode, you might be able to hear some different noises that might spook you out. If you still don't know about this spot, definitely go check it out. It's actually really fun to just walk up and down these tunnels. And once you finally explore every single avenue throughout the tunnel, once you get back to the entrance, you're gonna see that the door is closed shut. So this leaves for a perfect opportunity to troll your friends or other players in the game. For the next one, you're gonna need to get into the military base. So if you're like me and don't have a hangar inside the military base, you have to go the OG way and jump into it. Now you can bribe authorities for 2 minutes or call Lester, and that is exactly what you're going to need to do if you don't have the hangar. And the spot that we're going to today is on top of the tower inside the base. There's also a couple of different rooms that you can explore inside the Fort Zancudo tower, but right when you get here, you're going to want to make sure you act natural, because if you make any wrong movement, the whole entire military base is going to come after you in the blink of an eye. And when you first walk in, you can see there's a couple of different areas that you can go into. There's a whole classroom that you can walk into, and there's also an elevator, but you can't actually use the elevator for some reason, but you can still go inside it. I have no idea why. And once you get into the tower, you're going to want to make sure you go really fast, because on top of the tower is the coolest part about this whole entire thing. You're going to have to walk up 6 stories of stairs just to get to the top, and you're going to be greeted by a couple of security guards that you're going to have to take out as well. But once you finally do reach the top, you are hit with some amazing views of the surrounding area, and of course the military base right below you. There's a bunch of different computer screens and gadgets that you can look around at, and this is actually one of the coolest spots in the game to this day. Now if you have a hangar, you probably don't have to worry about cops when you're going into the tower, but if you're like me, I don't have a hangar here, so I have to go the hard way. This place is really fun to explore. It's still a really cool spot to this day. I highly recommend you coming here if you haven't already. For the next location, you're gonna need a boat or something that you can fly to get on top of this island right here with the little house. The island is named Polito Cove, and it is home to a character that we kind of already know. The person who used to own this house was Avi Schwartzman, who we find in a couple of different heists and other missions throughout GTA Online. And as you can see by the little details surrounded by the house, you can tell that Avi definitely has lived here. There's a couple of different things to explore. You can walk inside the front of the house, but that's pretty much it. And besides the house on the island, there's not a whole lot that you can actually explore. This island was pretty famous early on in GTA Online because there was a death match on top of it, and it became one of the most popular death matches in the entire game. I kind of wish we understood a little bit more about Avi Schwartzman. He's a really interesting character, and the main reason why he's on this island was because he was annoyed of the signal jammers that were happening all around Los Santos, so he ended up just moving off of the main island and coming onto the smaller island with a little shack. I kind of wish we got to know a little bit more about Avi, maybe get his own DLC, because he's actually a really interesting character. But back to what I was saying before about the island, it is definitely a spot that you want to check out. And for some reason, when I was done exploring, I came back to find these two people just chilling by the fire. I don't really know what that was about. I just thought it was pretty funny. Now, this next spot is one of the coolest and most fun places to explore when you're just free roaming around Los Santos in GTA Online. Now, from the street view or just driving by this construction zone, you can see, okay, it's probably just another construction site, but once you grab a Sanchez off the street and come on to this construction zone, you're gonna find that this is a perfect dirt bike track in the middle of the map in Los Santos. Now, obviously, Rockstar was cooking up something here. This is one of the most fun places to come visit. Obviously, if you have a Sanchez, this is the most desirable spot to bring it. There's been a ton of different Rockstar created races that just happened on this track, and it got me thinking, what if they actually tried and made a really well put together dirt bike racetrack? Who knows, maybe Rockstar will make the same track again for GTA 6. I would still go to it all the time. For the next location, we have the Pacific Standard Bank, which is obviously something that we see a lot in GTA Online heists and even in the story mode of the game. But for new players, this is definitely going to be something you want to check out. You can literally go inside of this bank and explore it. Some of the best police standoffs has happened inside of this bank. Still one of the coolest places that we can explore freely. By taking the stairs to the left after you enter through the main doors, you can see that you can go down this hallway and even enter some of the main offices of the entire bank. And by making your way through a couple of different other doors, you can finally get back behind the bulletproof doors to where the tellers of the bank sit. Now, for some reason, when I was revisiting this bank, I remembered back in the day you could actually go down to the safe. Now, for some reason in GTA Online, you just can't go through this door anymore, which I found to be pretty disappointing because I remember going down there all the time with my friends. If you played the story mode, you're definitely going to remember this part of the map. Right on the side of the highway under an underpass, you can find this hole in the wall, which leads to the underground parts of Los Santos. In the main story mode of GTA 5, you go through these tunnels after robbing a jewelry store. So in GTA Online, people went here right away because they knew how amazing this spot was. Now, I was exploring down here when it was nighttime, so I couldn't really get a whole glimpse of the action that goes down here. When you come down here through the daytime, you're going to see a ton of different construction workers, which is actually pretty cool. Now, if you're hiding from griefers or trolling players, beware of the sunroof right on top right here because they can shoot you through that hole. But there's actually a ton of different parts to explore down here. Obviously, I'm taking the main story route of the tunnels, but there's a lot of different other routes that you can go to. This is one of the best ways to troll other players in the game that are after you. Obviously, griefers are a huge problem in GTA Online, so come down here, grab a motorcycle or a really fast car, and you're not going to have any problems whatsoever. And when you come out of the tunnels, you're going to end up all the way into the LS River in the drain. So as you can see from the starting position where we entered and where we ended up, it is a pretty decent route to get you through the map a lot quicker. That is all that I have for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new. Let me know if you want a part 2 down in the comments below. There's a ton of other different locations that are definitely worth mentioning, so let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.